You talking to me random. You talking to me like I'm on the street. You talking to me like I ran into you in the neighborhood. You talking to me like I'm not Judge Lenise Bryant.
Welcome back to another jaw-dropping session inside Judge Bryant's courtroom, where attitude meets accountability and disrespect is met with consequences. Today's case? Buckle up. We've got Miss Wilson, whose courtroom etiquette goes from bad to explosive in just minutes. She mutes, unmutes, yells over the judge, and even blames her absence on an interview on the same day she has court. Judge Bryant? She's not having any of it. Now, if you've seen Judge Bryant in action before, you already know, once the eye rolls start, someone's going to end up in real trouble. And today's hearing has everything: screamed names, stank attitudes, missed court dates, and even a threat of jail time right on Zoom. So here's the real question. Is Miss Wilson just overwhelmed with life, or flat out disrespectful? You decide, but stick around, because what starts as a messy pretrial turns into a full-blown showdown that ends with a $5,000 bond, a GPS tether, and a judge ready to throw down a contempt charge. Let's dive in.
On behalf of Ms. Wilson, Your Honor, we would move for dismissal for the complainant's failure to appear.
Ms. Ritter.
Judge, it's the first scheduling of the pretrial conference. I'm going to ask the court to adjourn the pretrial conference to give the complaining witness one more opportunity to appear. And Your Honor, for the court's information, the second defendant was scheduled for August 17th.
All right, now we hit the procedural hiccup, and it's a good time to clarify. What happens when there are multiple defendants in a case like this? Here, the court is juggling Miss Wilson and her co-defendant Miss Haley. The defense team is offering to represent just one, leaving the court to assign separate counsel for the other. It's a common protocol, especially in low-level criminal or housing cases. Judges need clarity, fast. Confusion about representation can delay hearings, and in this case, it just adds fuel to the tension. If you were the judge here, would you pause everything and reassign attorneys mid-hearing? Or move forward and sort it later? Sound off below. Legal minds want to know.
For an adjourned pretrial conference.
Who was the co-defendant on Wilson?
Miss Haley.
Oh, okay.
Under 830.
So, Ms. Stevenson, did you all represent Ms. Haley?
I have, my note indicates that Ms. Haley should be here as well. Just 1 second, Judge.
Both here. I already did Ms. Haley's. Ma'am, put your
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Text and stuff while we in court.
Okay, thank you for that information, Your Honor. In that, and Ms. Haley was defendant number 2. Our normal practice is to request that the court appoint counsel for just for subsequent defendants. So we usually take defendant number 1, Your Honor. So I will leave that to the court's discretion as to which of these defendants we should represent.
I was waiting to see, I was just waiting. I was wondering if Ms. Wilson was going to unmute herself and apologize to the court.
I'm sorry. I didn't. I just picked my phone up. I have an interview to be at. I'm not going to be able to make it. So.
And apparently you blaming that on me.
No, ma'am.
Well, your attitude sucks. You talking to me random. You talking to me like I'm on the street.
Here it is, the explosion. Miss Wilson casually mentioned she has an interview and won't be able to make it. Wrong move. The judge isn't just mad, she's legally building her case. Because scheduling anything on the same day as a court appearance is legally and strategically reckless. And when you're already on thin ice, telling a judge you're skipping out, that's contempt territory. Judge Bryant flips the script fast. What could have been a brief reschedule becomes a full-blown dressing down, and she's right. Court isn't optional. It's not a Zoom meeting you can just reschedule because you got a job interview. It's legally binding. Tell us, if you were in Miss Wilson's shoes, would you have shown up or gambled on the job interview?
You talking to me like I ran into you in the neighborhood. You talking to me like I'm not Judge Lenise Bryant. So the fact that you scheduled an interview on the same day that you had court, that sounds like a poor choice and a bad decision. That sounds like a poor choice and a bad decision.
I did not schedule
what you're not going to do is come into my courtroom and be disrespectful. That apology was, I guess I shouldn't have even mentioned it because it certainly wasn't sincere. So let me just help you with something. You can continue to come to my courtroom with a bad attitude, and it's only going to work out poorly for you. It's not going to work out poorly for me. It's only going to work out poorly for you. So when one has court, then you have to understand that court could take, I'm not even going to continue because she is really on her way to contempt. She is really on her way to contempt. So let's go ahead and let her come in person. Okay. We're going to come in person.
This moment right here, it's where the consequences hit hard. The judge isn't just postponing the hearing. She's setting a $5,000 bond, cash surety, with a GPS tether attached. Let's break that down. A cash surety bond means Miss Wilson will need to pay 10% upfront, but if she misses court again, she loses all of it. A GPS tether tracks her movements. That's usually reserved for high-risk defendants or repeat no-shows. Translation? The court doesn't trust she'll show up without strict supervision. At this point, Miss Wilson's disrespect has cost her not just time, but serious money and freedom. And the judge makes it crystal clear, any more stank attitude, and she's going straight to jail.
So the court is going to adjourn Miss Wilson's pretrial conference to next week. She's going to come in person. I'm going to set the matter for 8:34. She's going to come in person on let's see. Today, oh, that's today. So we're going to come in person on Monday, July the 24th. And we're going to come at 8:34.
Your Honor.
24th. At 8:34. Failure to appear is going to result in the bond being revoked, court issuing a capias, and the court is going to set the bond in the amount of $5,000 cash surety plus a GPS tether. Is there anything else for the record?
My mother has an appointment on Monday. She just had knee surgery, and I have to drive her at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, well, I mean, we all have to make choices. Is there anything else for the record? Because we wouldn't be dealing with the mother surgery if you was respectful today. So if you didn't come on my court today with your stanky attitude, if you didn't come on my court today with your disrespectful disposition, if you didn't come on my court today with your rude behavior, then it wouldn't even be an issue about your mother's surgery. Wouldn't even be an issue about your mother's surgery. So you're rude and disrespectful, Miss Wilson. You're rude and disrespectful. And the fact that you're talking right now shows me how rude and disrespectful you are. You have no contriteness about yourself. You have no humility about yourself. You're simply rude and disrespectful to the court. But there's never going to be a day that I allow you to come to my job.
This is courtroom fire. Judge Bryant has officially had enough. Miss Wilson keeps cutting her off, making excuses, talking over rulings, and the judge nukes her from orbit. She calls out the disrespect line by line. From Wilson's tone, her lack of humility, her total disregard for the process. It's raw, it's real, and it's why contempt of court exists. This isn't just about attitude, This is about protecting the integrity of the judicial system. Judges have to maintain control. When a defendant treats court like a joke, they put the entire proceeding at risk. What do you think? Did the judge go too far here? Or did Miss Wilson absolutely deserve this firestorm?
And be rude and disrespectful to me without consequence. You're rude. You're disrespectful. I didn't charge you with the crime. I didn't set your court date for today. I showed up for work. And when I got up this morning to show up for work, I didn't say, let me put on a robe so Miss Wilson can be rude and disrespectful. Miss Stevenson, I'm going to send Miss Wilson back to the breakout room, because if she say one more thing to me in her tone, she going to jail. So I'm going to let her tell you about her mother, because if she says one more thing to me in that tone, she's going to jail.
Okay.
There is an appropriate and respectful way to ask the court. If you turn your head from me one more time, I'm going to hold you in contempt. I promise you. I make a promise to you. We're going to take a recess. No, Miss Modrick, come on camera. I won't recess before I let you get discharged. Come on camera.
Let's wrap this up. Miss Wilson entered this courtroom with an attitude and walked away with a $5,000 bond, a court-mandated GPS tether, and a judge one sentence away from throwing her in jail for contempt. Judge Bryant's message was loud and clear. You're not going to come into my job and disrespect me. And legally, she's backed by precedent. Judges have full discretion to enforce courtroom conduct, especially during pretrials. Now the big takeaway? Respect the process. Zoom court isn't a get-out-of-jail-free card. One wrong tone, one dismissive attitude, and the consequences stack fast. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. We've got more fire coming your way. Stay tuned.